I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this video, whether or not I'm going to post it on my actual channel or I'll post it on my other channel, because I do have another channel, my original YouTube channel that I made just for my little brother so I could upload like one video, and it only has one video. I might switch to that just because I have no access to my money on this channel because I'm kind of being scammed right now, and until I sort that out, it's probably best to put it on the other channel. So I'll probably do that. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about was triggers. I know nowadays it's kind of like a joke to say like triggered or like trigger warning, things like that, but there are legitimate things that trigger my symptoms. Like, some things trigger my anxiety, other things can trigger psychosis, other things can trigger like dissociation and things like that. So usually the number one trigger would be stress. Just too much stress, it'll trigger usually my psychosis. As for anxiety, it's more like PTSD kind of thing. So anything that reminds me of, that kind of stuff is enough to trigger like a panic attack or something. And for a long time, I couldn't even talk about triggers because even talking about triggers was triggering. So, I mean, I've come a long way. Like, there's still words I can't say. Just, I can't say them. But, I can't say them. But, there are some that I can. Like, I used to not be able to say that I was molested. I couldn't say that until recently, around the time that I started the channel. So, compared to when it started, like, I would want to, but I would sort of choke up. I don't know. I think I started getting like triggered like for anxiety, I guess. On Tumblr, there was like a post about that case in Ohio back when it was still like fresh and new, and that it just happened. And I learned about it on Tumblr, and I read about it, and me being curious, whenever I read an article, I really go into the article, and then I want to know about the people involved and this and that. So I saw videos of them making fun of like the victim and stuff and laughing and all that, and I thought, wow, that's not very nice. And then the next day, when I was just going about my business, I was taking a shower, I like collapsed and couldn't stop crying. I was like, why? How could you do that to somebody? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I was just crying, and I cried and I cried. And ever since that Tumblr post set me off, things have been setting me off. There are shows I can't watch, like Law and Order and stuff. I can't watch it, especially that Special Victims whatever. I don't watch it. Just like the theme song is enough to give me anxiety. Anything where it sounds like somebody is suffering, like a child suffering or a woman suffering, that makes me really anxious, and it gives me like palpitations. In terms of psychosis, it's more being alone for a long time. Situations like that where I'm left to my own devices, I start to sort of get trapped in my own thought. I don't have anybody to tell me that I'm being delusional or, whatever. And so it festers and it gets worse and worse until it's psychosis. And I guess dissociation, which really doesn't happen that much anymore, if at all. But I remember it happened a lot at work, and work was very stressful. Yeah, it would happen after, I guess it was sort of psychosis, because I was paranoid. I thought everybody was talking about me and laughing at me. And then after that was when I started to feel like out of bodies and stuff like that. But yeah. For me, the thing about my triggers is I can be doing really, 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 really well, and something may trigger me. It may not even be something big. It may not even be something intentionally offensive. It may be something like, I don't know, something abstract. But once I'm triggered, and usually what happens is I get stuck in like this cycle of just like the initial anxiety and the panic attacks, and like I can't breathe, and then I might pass out or throw up or something. But then there's like a depression that follows afterwards. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to leave my room, because going outside would give me anxiety. Even leaving my room would give me anxiety. Even my room doesn't feel safe 100% of the time, but it's like, where else are you gonna go, Oh, sorry. I'm just wondering what I'm gonna do, because I don't have a job, so I was really counting on the money I was gonna get from YouTube. When I started this, I didn't even know you could really get money off of YouTube. But then I got my first paycheck, which wasn't a lot. But when I realized that it could become a source of income, I sort of wanted to rely on that. And that was a mistake, because I totally got scammed by those BBTV corporation, whatever, in Canada. Back when I had like less than 5,000 followers. They like contacted me and said that I should join like a network, because that's what people with a lot of followers do, and this and that. And me being trusting and naive, I guess, I agreed. They said that if I wanted out of the contract, I could leave at any time. And then another time, they said, like after I'd signed up, they said, well, actually you only have 30 days. So like 2 weeks go by and I already don't like it. They're not helping me with anything. They said they would help me with like a banner or something. You see my channel doesn't have a banner. Stuff like optimizing my videos, but the thing about my videos is I go out of my way to make sure that my videos aren't like clickbait. I won't give them really crazy titles. I know I could. I know what works, but that's not what I want. And the titles that they generated for like the videos, they were all like gamer videos. They were like, oh, it's weird. And they would be like, we'll find you people to collaborate with. Yeah, that never happened. So yeah, if you've been contacted by them, just say no. Learn from my mistake. Yeah, because I mean, I don't remember what my revenue was, but it was close to 500 I had made for Google, before Google takes its cut. And then what they ended up giving me was like less than 20 bucks. Not even kidding. And it's like, I'm not really a money person, but when I feel like I've been cheated, it's more of like the principle. It doesn't feel good. I feel like they violated my trust, Because I'm very trusting. I gotta stop trusting people so much. But yeah, I didn't have that many followers and I didn't know much about YouTube. So they took advantage of that. I'm not sure I would have agreed now. I probably wouldn't have. Because they weren't really offering that much. But back then, I don't know, I guess. So I signed the contract and I told them I wanted out after 2 weeks. And they said, okay, yeah, that's great, fine. And then I didn't hear back from them for a while. And then all of a sudden, I looked at my revenue, where my revenue should be, and it said, like, there's no revenue at all. You didn't make any money this month. And then a few more days go by, and I get, like, the minuscule paycheck from them. And that's it. And I've been emailing them, even before that whole fiasco. I'd been emailing them, reminding them that I really didn't want to have anything to do with them, after asking for help with stuff, and then they didn't help me. I was just like, well, I don't want to associate with you guys. I'd like to terminate the contract. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. But they took my money, so obviously, I don't even know how they did that, because I remember specifically, like, I don't know what it was, but I'm a YouTube partner, and then it said below my name, their corporation was there, and it said you can remove this within like 14 days or something. And I removed it, and they said, okay, thank you. It may take a few days to show up or register that they left, but that was over a month ago, so they really shouldn't be bothering me at all, because I don't have money, really. A lot of my money goes to food, because I eat a lot, and medicine. Gotta have medicine. I was thinking about maybe going back on mood stabilizers. I'm not sure. I've just been pretty, like, not manic, but I've been having like these mixed episodes where it's like I have all the energy to do stuff, but I still have like a depressed mind. So, that's not safe. I'd rather be just depressed and tired and not able to do anything than be like depressed and like have all this energy, because that's when you jump out the window. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just a thought. I was on lithium. I'm not sure if I've taken any other mood stabilizers, just because I never had any problems with mania until I started taking lithium. So I don't know. I'll talk to my doctor about that. See if there's one that makes you fat. Because, like, I'm not even at my normal weight, but I figured, screw it, close enough. I'm small enough. I'm not, like, I don't have to be the size I was. Because I think I got a little taller. I hope I got a little taller. I'm still growing. I was a really late bloomer. But, yeah. I went off topic, but that's because talking about that is starting to get me a little anxious. But I was talking about triggers and just anything that has to do with, like, those documentaries where there's, like, talking about child trafficking and stuff like that. Like, I was never a victim of child trafficking, but just children suffering in that kind of way is enough to trigger a panic attack, at least. At the very least, a panic attack. It doesn't always trigger like full-blown psychosis. I'll be depressed for a month. But it can happen over the smallest things. It can be like a YouTube video comment, and it will like throw me off, and then I don't post videos for a while, and it's because I'm like in a state of shock, I guess. You know, because I try to get into the comments and like converse with you guys, because we've sort of built a little community, and it's like this tiny 0.1% of people sort of ruining it for everybody, because once I get triggered, I'm not well. I'll get sick and I can't do anything. But my triggers would be just stress, anything that has to do with, I guess, abuse. Like, I can't say that word. That would make me anxious, you know? But yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, like things like torture. I wasn't tortured, I don't think. When I think of torture, I think of, but just, I guess, whenever I see stuff like that, it triggers my anxiety, even though I wouldn't say I'm a torture victim. I'm a victim of something really bad, but I feel like torture is like a legal word. Just certain words, like degrading words, that can, like, I'll become hysterical, like I'll start crying and I can't stop. And for a lot of people, they'll just sort of say things in passing, and for them it's no big deal because they don't have any traumatic experiences, so it's just another word for them. It's just another type of crime. But for me, it's pretty serious. It's my life. So I don't know, if I'm not, because I started making these videos. The first one, I wanted to get my story out, then the second one felt kind of therapeutic, and then after a while you guys started asking for videos, and I obliged. But I don't know anymore. I mean, I've sort of lost sight of everything else that was going on in my life, because even though it doesn't seem like it, a lot of the stuff I do every day revolves around the channel, even though I don't post all the time. That's just my anxiety. But I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah. I was supposed to be on hiatus from work. I'm starting to think that I'm not gonna be able to go back to work, at least not at the mall. My friend says I should get a job as a bartender. And I told him I don't know anything about mixing drinks. He's like, it doesn't matter, you're pretty. You guys were bad-mouthing my friend in the comments. Don't be mean to him, like, he's a good person. He's a good person. I kind of bad-mouthed him in one of my videos, and I still feel bad about it. But he's kind of an idiot sometimes, but he's a decent human being. Yeah, a bartending job? I mean, I could kind of see myself doing that. I don't really drink that much, but I don't think bartenders drink, so that would be fine. But just, I'd have to interact with people, so I'm not sure. I think in the right environment, I can get along with people. It's just certain situations make me more anxious than other ones. I'm not saying anything, okay. I think I'm gonna go outside today. I went outside yesterday because I was really desperate for a cigarette and I can't afford to buy them. So I just sort of sat outside for like 10 minutes and it was just asking people walking by for cigarettes. And I got one, then I went back inside. But I'm gonna try and like go outside, not just sitting outside my house, but like maybe go somewhere. I want to buy some vodka actually. I don't have any money, but my dad owes me a little bit of money because the little money I did have, I spent on my brother Eddie's birthday. It was his birthday. He turned 19. He's in some of my videos. So, he was 18. He's 19 now. I bought the cake, I bought the pizza, I bought everything. And then on top of that, I gave him a gift of money, which he probably just spent on weed, but you know, my dad said he would reimburse me because he wasn't there, he was working, and everybody else was home. So, maybe instead of giving me the money, because he's always so slow when it comes to giving people money back, I can just ask him to take me to the liquor store and pay for the liquor himself, because it's about how much he owes me anyway. See, I did it again, because I don't want to talk about triggers, but I know I'm not the only person who deals with that kind of stuff, and it's not a joke. I mean, I know some people, I don't know, I guess are really sensitive, and then they get offended, and then they get angry at you. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, triggering actual psychiatric problems. So, the same way somebody with, like, an eating disorder would see something that has to do with food and their illness or something that could trigger them, or seeing somebody who, like, because I was watching something about this, who self-harms, like they see other people self-harming, that can trigger them to harm themselves. Stuff like that. And when I get triggered, it's really, really bad, and I can't function, and that really scares me, because I still want to engage with you guys, and I don't want to disable the comments, because some people are saying, well, just disable the comments, because I don't want you guys to all suffer just because a few people are like trolling or whatever. I'm just really, 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 really sensitive. Like, I shouldn't even be on YouTube, but you guys asked for videos, so I make videos. But that's it for now. I'm pretty relaxed. You know, I've been sort of manic these past few days, but I'm pretty relaxed right now because I took some lorazepam before I did this video, because like I said, even talking about triggers can trigger me, and there's just a lot of stuff that I can't watch. There's a lot of things that I not theirs. There are a lot of things that I stay away from just in case they might be triggering. Like, I don't know for sure, but I don't take that risk. Certain movies, like, I'll have to look up online, like, what happens in it just in case there's, like, a scene in it that could trigger my anxiety. There are just certain movies I can't watch. Like A Clockwork Orange, I only watched that once, and I don't think I'll ever watch it again. I think that was me attempting to do, like, exposure therapy. But I guess I should leave that to the professionals. You know? I think I'm gonna take some more. Yeah, I'll probably take some more. I don't go crazy with this stuff. I don't, like, abuse it, but if I start to feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack, I take it. But I don't use it to, like, get high. Can't afford that. Nor do I want to. But, yeah. I'll go out. I will. I just have to fix my face. Hold on. Maybe I could live stream when I go out. It's just people, like, people accusing me of, like, faking for attention. I don't like that at all. I don't like when people say that. You know, I don't really like attention that much. That's why these videos are just me sitting in my room talking, as opposed to going out and hanging out with people. And, you know, I'm not trying to get a pity party, but in order to understand my illness fully, you know, you need to understand the story behind it. And I know a lot of people can relate to what I'm going through, so yeah, I'm gonna talk about it, but I don't know, it's almost as if their minds can't go there, so they just refuse to believe it. Because what happened, I mean, it was pretty messed up. I, for one, wish it didn't happen. I wish I was lying, because then I wouldn't have had gone through all the crap that I went through. That would be nice. But it's not the truth. So yeah, I'll go out. I'll probably go out with, like, my sister. I got new hair. But, yeah, I can stop filming now. Hold on.